Why do school children give apples to their teachers? The apple represents the tree of knowledge traditionally. Teachers are seen as a major role model and moral influence on their students. Hi, my name is Wyatt Asselstein, and I will be discussing a teacher's display of anger in a classroom and its negative effects on students' perception of that specific teacher. The main idea of this article is that a teacher's display of classroom anger has a negative effect and interferes with students' perception of that teacher. I will be discussing the research article about this subject, the results of the research, and the application it has on my own former teacher-student interpersonal relationship. The 2004 research article written by Mary McPherson and Stacy Young, titled "What Students Think When Teachers Get Upset," is a research study based on negative teacher behaviors in a classroom and how the degree of intensity and aggressiveness will directly affect the student's perception and judgment of that teacher. This article relates to the topic of interpreting in Chapter 6, which states that during this stage of perception, we assign meaning to what we just observed and try to make sense of it. This is the attribution theory that we make an explanation for someone's behavior. Now we'll be discussing the hypothesis of this article. Hypothesis 1. The extent to which teacher anger is expressed aggressively, distributive, and passive will be positively associated with the student's attributions of internality. Hypothesis 2. The extent to which teacher anger is expressed assertively will be negatively associated with attributions of internality. Now, hypothesis 3. The intensity of anger expression is positively related to students' perceptions of internality. So now I'll be going over the results of each hypothesis. Hypothesis 1. Results have found that teachers who were more abusive or manipulative in their anger displays were considered by students who have been in more control of their emotional outbursts. Hypothesis 2 result. Results have found that more productive teachers are in handling their anger by, as part of their disposition, give them a little more latitude in expressing their frustrations. Hypothesis 3. Results have found that as students perceive the intensity of their teacher's anger increasing in their perceptions of internal causes of anger also increased. Finally, the interpersonal relationship that I am applying to is between a formal high school teacher and myself. I was a target of distributive aggression where this teacher yelled and screamed and completely lost it. His aggressive behavior led to my poor performance in class and negative perception of him. I learned through this research that my teacher's outbursts may have not been internally controllable and may have been brought on by external attributes. Consequently, this explanation of fundamental attribution error could have changed my perception and judgment of him and our interpersonal student-teacher relationship. In conclusion, I have discussed the internal and external attributes that directly affect students' perceptions of their teachers and the negative impact it has on those students. I've also talked about the research article and discussed my own negative interpersonal relationship with my own former high school teacher.